Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Another walk with the Jamesons. Hey y'all, I'm Nadia Janae.
And I'm Darius.
And welcome back to our channel, A Journey with the Jamesons.
So today we are going to be talking about some misconceptions about godly marriage and also a couple of things that we learned so far in the 4 months we have been together. Today is June 16th. July 16th, which makes 4 months for us. Throw them foes up. But yeah, so what is a misconception that you have so far?
Okay. I'll say one of the misconceptions that I have so far is that like you become one as soon as you like say your vows, or you become one when you consummate your marriage. That's what I thought. That's what everybody said, like you just automatically become one. But that is not at all the truth. We are still becoming one to this day. Well, it hasn't been that long, but what I'm saying is I think becoming one is something that you have to continuously do for your entire marriage, in my opinion. Like you have to continuously be on the same page. You have to continuously communicate and make sure that y'all are both united. And like all those different things, like I don't think it's just something that just automatically happens. It's something that you have to continue to work towards throughout the entirety of your marriage. And I did not know that. So yeah, that's my first misconception.
Yeah. So you saying like instead of just saying I do and being one, it's more of you growing together and learning how to coexist with each other.
Yes, absolutely. And I feel like becoming one is not even just like one specific thing. Like we have to become one spiritually, we have to become one not physically because we can't become like that, but we have to become one emotionally, like all the different things. I know you don't want my emotions. And also becoming one doesn't mean that I am Darius and he is me. I also had to learn that because being with Darius, I feel like I just want to do everything that you do, and I learned that I can't do everything that he do because he's a man and I'm a woman, so I can't do what he do. Like when the way he eat, I can't eat how he eat because he's a man and I'm a woman.
Tough.
It's the truth.
I know.
Like I can't eat the portions that he eat.
Wow.
Because I'm just saying. I'm being for real. Because like he is 6. How tall are you?
I'm 6'1".
He is 6'1". I'm 5'7". There is no reason I should be eating the amount that he eat. He's a man also. So it's just I be wanting to do what he do and I can't do what he do. You know what I'm saying? Anyways. So yeah, basically, more of the story is becoming one is a process that you have to continuously do throughout your marriage.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I just have one specifically. I guess being a leader or something, or being the head of the house. Well, I already knew that it wasn't just like being controlling or nothing like that, but I guess the sacrifices, you gotta make a lot of sacrifices when you with somebody and when you the head. So that's what I've been learning, and it's not easy. It's not just like I know everything. Sometimes it's saying, okay, your idea is better, or also just saying like, okay, let's go with your idea, or it's making decisions, and then also going to God first, of course, because he is the true head. You just like a little head, you know what I'm saying? You under him. But just learning that and learning that like just the sacrifices are sometimes small. Like it's not like this big major thing that I have to do, but the small things are hard sometimes. I guess that's what I'm like, because I don't want to give that up, you know? I don't want to have to sacrifice this so we can be better. I just want to do what I want to do, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, yeah.
I agree, because it is like a big jump from being like, going from being by yourself all this time to like living with somebody. Like that's a whole different thing. Like even our relationship from dating to married, like it's completely different. Like when we were dating, we would like, we would still do our own thing and we would call each other on the phone and still be doing our own thing. But now that we married, we kind of do our thing together. We don't really have too much of our own thing. Not saying that we don't have our own thing at all, but it's more of like more together time than our own separate thing. Because we would drive to Tuscaloosa and then we'd go home and do our own little thing, you know what I mean? But we ain't going home. This is our home. So it's different now. But it's cool. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. And another, I don't know if this is a misconception or just something that I've learned, is that my relationship with God is different now than it was when I was single. Like when I was single, what God told me is what God told me, and nobody else got to know unless I want to tell them. But now that I'm married and we are one and we are supposed to communicate and share things with each other, now I can't just, keep stuff with God to myself all the time. A lot of times what God tells me affects the both of us. So I gotta be like, I gotta tell Darius about what the Lord told me, because the way I thought about it was like, this is my relationship with God. Like I was being kind of, what's the word? Selfish, or when you want somebody to yourself. What's that word?
Selfish,
I don't know. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. When you want somebody to yourself, I was acting like that. Like, this is my relationship with God. Like, I feel like he was kind of acting like that as well, but not in the same way I was. We were kind of like, these are our personal relationships with God, and then we can have our relationship with God together. But I don't think that's how it's supposed to be, the way that we was doing it, So now I'm being more intentional about sharing with him what God has been telling me that will affect the both of us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I had to learn that the hard way. So that is just something that I've learned and am currently still learning. And then also another thing, did you have something before I keep going?
Yeah.
My bad.
I guess another thing I'm learning is time management. Just what you do with your time, and like how you gotta make sure you got time for yourself, make sure you got time for God, but also you gotta have time for each other. And one thing I've been learning, like how she been saying, like individual relationship with God, but also since you're married, you can bring God into y'all's you all's daily, lifestyle, talking about God or reading scriptures as you eat, or just having conversation, just putting aside that time to just give it to God together. And you also can do it on your own time, but that's another way to kind of just make sure you put God first, and you're not getting too caught up in just each other, but also like make sure that God is the center of your relationship and stuff. That's just another way. Just time management, just being intentional about things and stuff like that. So that's another thing I've been learning.
True. Time management is definitely a thing. Also, something I've also been learning is how to properly submit. Everybody be talking about like, well, in outside of Christian marriages, they go like, I don't know, man. But in Christian marriages, they're like, oh, submit. But nobody ever tells you like how to do that or what that entails or like anything like that. So I have been learning how to properly do that as well. I feel like it wasn't that hard of a transition, I don't think. But I have been learning different things. Like one example is like, let's say God told me something and God told him something else. I have to submit to what he says that God told him, because he's the head of our relationship.
Why you say that?
It's the truth.
I'm like, I guess, what if I was wrong though?
But if you were wrong, I'd rather us be on one accord in the wrong than us be divided.
But you been to help me. What if you was to like come to me and be like, well, I think this, not like arguing it, but putting your suggestion or what you
Right.
want from God, and
Yeah.
like we pray about the right decision together.
That's what I'm saying.
Instead of
That's what I'm saying.
listening
I'm not saying I brought it to you. I mean, I'm not saying I don't bring it to you at all, or I'm not also saying that I brought it to you and you had something else and we just decide without praying like that we just gonna go with what you say. I'm not saying it like that. I'm just saying, like, if I feel like I heard God say something, you feel like you heard God say something, we pray about it, and you still feel like you heard the same thing, I still feel like I heard the same thing, I will go with what you feel like you heard because you are the head. And even if I was right down the line, I mean, it's not that big of a deal, because at the end of the day, we're still trying to follow the will of the Lord. It's not like we're just out doing stuff just because, you know?
I guess.
That's what I've been learning through this process. And I might be wrong. We only been married for 4 months, so I'm just trying to figure it out. So I might be wrong, but that is something that I feel like it makes me feel more, well, it don't make me feel better, I ain't gonna lie. But it's just like, I'd rather be on one accord with him than to be like, well, I told him he should have just did it. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna be like, well, I'm gonna submit to what you said. We're gonna do what you said. If it doesn't work out, cool. We figure out how to, move from there. So I feel like that is something that I feel like makes it easier to navigate life thingies. So, yeah.
I guess you're saying just being a peacemaker instead of just going, like, being stuck on what you said.
Right.
Yeah. I get what you're saying now, but okay.
Yeah.
You got anything else or anything that you didn't expect marriage to be like?
Let me think. Honestly, I always talked about, well, I don't know if I want to tell folks my business like that, but I always talked about how I wanted to, when I was single, I used to always play around and be like, oh yeah, I want to be a stay-at-home wife, all these things. But do I really though? Because like, I love it here. It's great. I love it. I like the opportunity to have time to do what the Lord has called me to do, like YouTube and all the things. I love it. But me I was raised as the independent Black woman type of girl, which it's not all bad, but it's like my mom always taught me, like, you gotta work. Like, it don't matter what you're doing, you need to go to work. So me not going to work for all these months, it's been hard, because I'm like, dang, I'm not even contributing to nothing. I'm just out here being a bump on the log. This man got to take care of me. Like, that's how I feel. I feel like I wasn't contributing to the marriage, because I'm like, I ain't bringing in no money. Like, who does that? So that is something that I did not expect before I was married, I was just playing around. I wasn't actually for real. But I just didn't expect, like, it to be how it is right now. So yeah, that's something that I've had to work on and work through, and he has been doing a great job with helping encouraging me and stuff, and telling me, like, what I am able to do is contributing to our marriage and stuff like that. So I've had to work through that in my own mind. So yeah, that's been hard, but it's better now, way better now.
Yeah. I guess for me, with time management also, it's just like I'm a introvert, so I like to be by myself, but she don't like to be by herself.
That's not true.
It is true. I don't care.
That's
what
not
you
true.
Say. We're gonna tell these folks the truth.
I like to be by myself away from other people, but with you, I like to be by myself with you.
Yeah,
that's different.
Well, I be trying to, get away, and she be like, no. But I guess learning how to, I guess time management again. Like, okay, I can get a little minute by myself, but after that, I gotta be with wifey, and just keep the peace and stuff like that. Just learning how to navigate those things, juggling work and the home, church, and YouTube and other different things that we do and stuff. So just juggling all of that, just learning those things. But I mean, it's only been 4 months, so it's like fresh right now.
Another thing that I I wouldn't say I struggle with, but I'm learning is my husband is a rapper. And I knew he was a rapper before we got married and all this stuff. But I didn't.
I'm not a rapper, I like artists.
Artist? I'm sorry. He's an artist. And he makes music. He does all the things himself. So all the things take time. And before we were married, I didn't realize like the amount of time it takes to do what he does. And he also works. And he also serves at the church. He preaches. He does a lot of things. So I didn't realize the amount of time that he will need to do all of the things that he does. You know what I'm saying? So, like he said, I do like to be around my man all the time. And I had to learn, like, get that man some space. But sometimes it'd be a lot of space, and I'd be like, dang, we ain't gonna that. So, just learning how to, like, give him room to do all the things that God has called him to do, because it's not like he's just out here just doing stuff like going to play basketball for 8 hours and coming home tired and going straight to sleep. Like, he's not doing that. He's doing what the Lord has called him to do. So I can't be like, why are you spending all this time over here? And I'm like, well, I mean, you should do what God called you to do, but it do be a lot of time. So I think that's what he was talking about with time management. But I also have to do my part in allowing you to go out and do the things that God has called you to do and be okay with it. And yeah, so that's a tough one right there. And I'm still working on that to this day. So yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
I think that's all I have as well so far. That's the 4 months. What's the things we've been learning and the things that I guess people kind of paint it this way and we realize it ain't all like that. But hope you enjoyed this video.
Mm-hmm.
If you do, make sure you leave a like button. Make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed. And what else?
Comment any other video ideas or suggestions, or if you want us to do a Q&A, whatever y'all want to see. This is for y'all. So whatever y'all want to see, let us know. And also comment some misconceptions or things you've learned in your own marriage if you're married.
Yeah, give us some advice.
Give us some advice.
We need some
child.
help.
Mm-hmm. We don't need that much help, but
we need a lot of help.
We don't need that much
We
help.
need a lot of help.
No, we don't.
Help us. I'm just playing.
So if you got any advice, put it in the comments. And thank you guys for getting us to, I think we're at like 580 subscribers. We love to see it. On the road to 1,000, because your girl, us, we trying to get paid. I ain't gonna lie. But anyways, I'm not cutting that out. It's true.
Your pay is crazy.
Bills are billing. Y'all can see it.
Oh my God.
Anyways, we love you guys. Thank you for watching and can't wait to see y'all in the next one. Like I always say, let everything you do be done in love.